Welcome back, guys. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know what I'm about. I'm that guy that gives you everything you need to know how to succeed in FIFA. And today's no different. Have you ever been frustrated while playing FIFA Ultimate Team? Have you ever wondered how to get more victories when playing Weekend League? Well, I've been there too. Watch this video to the end and I guarantee if you follow these tips, you'll be playing FIFA 22 like a pro. I have 6 pro tips to run through with you today, which will help transform the way you approach FIFA. Are you ready? Then let's go. The first tip is style of play. So before you load up FIFA and jump straight into a match, have a think about how you like to play the game. Do you like to play Jurgen Klopp's high press rock and roll football? Or maybe you prefer to build your squad with a solid backline like Antonio Conte? How about a possession-based game style like Arsene Wenger's Arsenal used to play? Well, this is a question you need to answer before you do anything. Once you've chose your style of play, be consistent with it. Don't try to switch styles the first time you make a mistake. The key here is practice, practice, practice. You're going to make mistakes while learning. We all do. But the best players, they stick with it. Practice your chosen style until it's been mastered. A style that works for someone else, it won't necessarily work for you. Don't try to emulate Tex if that's not your way of playing. Okay, so you've chosen your style. Now, it's time to implement this in your tactics. The second thing which all pro FIFA players do to win more games is game plans. So, I can guarantee just spending 5-10 minutes playing with tactics in FIFA 22 will give you more of a chance of winning. You've heard the 5 P's, right? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. By failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. All pro FIFA players have their game plans pre-prepared before they enter a game. In fact, they don't only have one game plan, they have 2 or 3. You're not going to be winning for every minute of every game. So have your game plan ready at the flick of a switch for when you're behind and you need to go all out attack to get back into the game. Have your game plan ready for when you're down to 10 men and need to play a little more defensively to see the game out. Being prepared can be the difference in winning and losing. Also, make use of your subs. They are essential. Think about it. Not only does it give your players a burst when the opposition are tiring, but mix it up too. Let me give you an example. If I'm playing against Liverpool and for 60 minutes I've kept Firmino quiet, my CDM has covered when he drops in between the lines, and if I've played this way for 60 minutes and it's working, the last thing I want is to see an Mbappe or a Vardy replace him. When I see this, I know I'm going to have to defend differently, because I'm now facing players that run in behind the defence. I'm being forced to change the way I defend, and that's what it's all about. It's about having different options and realising when something isn't working. And the last thing which I see so many players not doing, and it really frustrates me, use your chemistry styles, guys. If you're using chemistry styles on all of your players, then their stats get boosted. It's that simple. Don't start playing matches in FIFA Ultimate Team if you haven't done this. You're just asking to fail. So that's style, that's game plans. We've got those out the way, and next up, we're talking about mentality. How many times have you seen an opponent's team appear before the game starts and thought, I used to do this, and by doing this, you've already taken the L? Playing FIFA isn't all about a player's skill. A big part of it is mentality. Be confident in your ability. This can be where games are won and lost. Now, I'm not the best FIFA player in the world, but put anybody in front of me and I believe I'll win. It's taken a lot of hours played to build up the mindset, but once you have it, I give you a personal guarantee you'll win more games. But with all of this, just remember, at the end of the day, it is just a game. Take it for what it is and try to enjoy it. Don't start raging because you conceded a shitty goal. These kind of goals, they do even themselves out. You're just more likely to remember the goals you concede than the goals that you score. And if you start enjoying the game for what it is, then results will improve. Another point to make, take breaks. Don't try and finish your weekend league all on a Friday night. You'll be more productive if you space your matches out over the weekend. Our next point, and I'm very aware that we haven't looked at anything to do in-game yet, but do you remember the 5 Ps? So what you've heard so far, this is all our preparation. Now it's time to take a look at what to do in front of goal. So this should be easy, right? I bet you're all thinking, this tip isn't for me, I'm good in front of goal. Well, just persist, because it's not as straightforward as you think. In FIFA 22, we're led to believe that there will be an abundance of changes in the goalkeeper's ways of thinking. Well, don't just jump straight into foot, believing that because you scored plenty of goals in FIFA 21, you'll be fine. Again, preparation is vital. Play some career mode against the AI, or start with squad battles. The reason I say this, regardless of what you think, every FIFA is different. You need to learn what works best in order to score a goal, learn which positions work best for a finesse shot, know when to chip the keeper. In FIFA 20, goalkeepers could be beaten at the near post 9 times out of 10. In FIFA 21, that statistic was more like 4 times out of 10. That's why in FIFA 21 we saw more ungentlemanly goals where the opposing player would pass across the box and score an open goal. Subtle changes like this can make a huge difference. Yes, we all love to score those Steven Gerrard thunderbolts from outside the box, but in FIFA 21 the odds of us scoring these goals went down. That's why you don't see the pros attempting these shots. There are 2 things which separate the pro players and the normal players. The first one is knowing what positions and what type of finishes will give you the best chance of scoring a goal. And the second one, which leads us into our next tip, and probably the most important of all of these tips, and that is learn your skill moves. So if you've ever watched any of the eSports competitions, it's clear to see all of the pros use skill moves. Now this isn't just something which you know how to do. It takes hours of practice to perfect it, and more importantly, when to use it. I hate playing FIFA when I come up against someone who uses skill moves efficiently. The reason I hate it? It's difficult to win the ball back without giving away fouls. If you can learn skill moves in FIFA 22, you're going to turn a lot of losses into wins. There are a lot of skill moves in FIFA with different star ratings. The highest skill moves can only be used by players who have a skill rating that matches that particular skill move. And for a list of skill moves and how to do them, head over to fifplayer.com, where I'll leave a link in the description below. So when you're creating your team in FIFA Ultimate Team, don't disregard skill ratings for pace. Using skill moves, it opens up more space to find a pass or to get a shot away. And this is key in Weekend League. It's key to ranking up and gaining better rewards. It makes you more unpredictable as a player. And I'm not asking you to learn every skill move in the game. What the pros do, they'll take 3 skill moves and they'll practice the 3 that they've chosen until they've mastered them. And that's the key, mastering your skill moves. Spend 30 minutes a day in the arena just practicing, and come game day, you'll be ready to mix it with the pros. Finally, our last tip of the episode is watch your games back. So every pro does this. When you're in the midst of battle, a lot of your decisions are reactive decisions. You'll make mistakes in a game, but if you can watch your games back afterwards, you'll get an insight into where you're going wrong. And more importantly, why? Look at the things you maybe don't have time to see during the game. When you should have pressed, when you should have blocked the passing lines, did you pull a defender out when you shouldn't have? Watch them back and learn from those mistakes. You can't rectify a problem that you don't know exists. So, there we are guys, I've given you what you need to know to improve your results in Ultimate Team. The rest is up to you. If you've enjoyed this video, then sub to my channel for more content like this. I want to say thank you all for watching this video. This is another addition to my portfolio, and I'll see you at the same time next week.